Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing this evening? We're just gonna go ahead and get started. I am tired of waiting around. That's what we're gonna do. Welcome, guys. Welcome in Blue, John Lockridge, Wandering Picked. How you guys doing? It's a Horus Heresy evening. That's what's going on. Hope you guys are ready. Okay. I am going to be painting some of these little sponson weapons. That's what we're doing. I have two of these. Snuggling the baby. Nice. Very nice. Sounds like fun. Yeah, I think we just go for it. So I need to mix my silver paint here. Hey, Misfit, what's up? Yeah, heavy bolters are great. I could have gave this tank las cannons, like, you kind of want to give everybody, but I didn't want to be that guy. I wanted something different. So, heavy bolters are fun. Gives it a different dynamic, and if I just pay 10 more points on the tank, I can get a heavy bolter pintle mount on it. And that means I'm firing 3 heavy bolters at something, which is 12 shots, which is quite a bit. Quite a bit. Is it the most optimal? No, I don't think it is by any stretch of the imagination, but it sounds really cool. And also, these sponsons are swappable with almost every other Space Marine tank, so I don't have to worry about switching things up if I want. Yeah, how has everyone's weekend been? My weekend has been really good, all things considered. It was, yeah, it was really nice, like Mother's Day weekend. One hiccup last night. Painting son not feeling good when he was doing an overnight, so we went and picked him up. But not the first time it's happened. Won't be the last, I'm sure. So, and today ended up being a really good day. I'm so tired, guys. I am so tired. Bolters with satisfying bolter sound in Space Marine 2. It is, yeah. The heavy bolters in Space Marine have always been great. Weekend's been crappy, if I'm honest. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Wandering Picked. Best painting wife? Yeah, definitely will. She's asleep already. But I will. What's up, Ghost, too? Worst ear infection I've seen, so I'm dealing with that. Yeah, sucks. That sucks. Kids be sick, right? I think of what is what, but yeah. So not to brag too much, but my gift, my Mother's Day gift to the painting wife. Besides, like I did dishes and cleaned and did all the things today, so she didn't have to do a whole lot today. But my gift for her was I made some candy. And T-Slayer, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Yeah, I've been kind of following. I do want to talk about. I don't know. I think it might be Yugosu. I don't know. I'm trying to be quiet because Painting Sun's asleep above me, but we're gonna get into some gaming news and stuff soon. Don't worry. Things I want to talk about, but if you guys, Painting Sun is doing just fine. Yep, the kid experienced his first like gas cramps. I'm pretty sure. Man, he was miserable. Have you 100%? I can barely hear. Can everybody else hear me? I have volume up and everything. Yeah, I stream just about every Sunday night. Yep. It's funny because I think just about every Sunday I have someone coming in saying they didn't know I streamed on Sunday nights. Okay, okay. Other people can hear me. Sorry, Gosu. But Painting Wife has I yeah, thanks Zen. If you hit 90, because you're allowed. Yeah, yep. See, people are turning me down. Painting Wife has a lot of food allergies, and yeah, like a lot of food allergies, like the craziest stuff. And I do stream. Yeah, yep. I know it's surprising to some people. Um, and what you call a pro streamer. Um, Before she had all of her food allergies, before all those developed, her favorite candy was like Junior Mints, and like York peppermint patties and stuff. Her favorite candy. Okay, if yeah, Painting Sun is fine. Thank you for asking. Painting Sun is fine. Um, so obviously, when you're allergic to dairy, you don't eat a lot of candy. So yeah. Hey, Hobby ADHD, what's up? Yeah. So she loved Junior Mints. It was like the her movie theater candy of choice every time, and like yeah, she loved Junior Mints, those kind of things. Well, she puts them in popcorn. That's absolute insanity. I don't know how I feel about that. But I had heard something really randomly offhand at how you can make vegan York peppermint patties, and I was like, well, hold on a second, I gotta look this up. So I looked it up, and sure enough, I found a recipe. So, this is why America is declining. All right, guys, you're putting cookie dough in your popcorn, like the. Anyway, this is true excess. Slanesh would be proud. So I found a recipe anyway for like vegan York peppermint patties. Friends in European, yeah. It's just 5 ingredients. Yeah, just skip the pot. Yeah, at that point the popcorn's in the way. It's just 5 ingredients. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can so I made some York peppermint patties yesterday from scratch. And what you do, and I know like coconut really divides people, so spare me you coconuts, disgusting, whatever. But you take like dried coconut, and you can use unsweetened or sweetened. You take it and you food process it, so you like basically just grind it down. And then their recipe called for maple syrup. No, not on maple syrup. Maple syrup and peppermint extract. I used corn syrup. So, the good true candy flavor. And I used corn syrup because I didn't want to taste, maple flavor in my York peppermint patties. I used some corn syrup, the peppermint extract, and then you basically just form them into little patty shapes, and you freeze them for a few minutes, and then dip them in melted chocolate with a little bit of coconut oil in it. So you make like a what do you call that? I can't think of words right now. I'm too tired. But yeah. So I use corn syrup. When a lot of times, and you guys could probably get this meme, but a lot of times when you go on a website that's like make this thing vegan, they substitute things that are already vegan out for other things that might seem more natural but are just as unhealthy. So like instead of putting sugar in it, they use like maple syrup or whatever. But anyway, yeah, you just dip them in chocolate, and then you put them in the fridge for an hour, let them set. Perfect. They were absolutely perfect. They were so good, and they were so easy to make. And the recipe tells you, we were trying to think about this, the recipe even mentions how you don't even have to put the coconut in the food processor. It's just you end up with more like bigger pieces of coconut. That's fine. I like coconut, and I love like Mounds bars. If you don't put the peppermint extract in it, you get a Mounds bar. It's just coconut and corn syrup that's dipped in chocolate. Who would have thought, guys? Who would have thought a Mounds bar was just coconut and corn syrup? Yeah, I love Mounds bars. I love Almond Joy's Mounds bars. They're so good. Um, but yeah, that was what I made for Painting Wife. That was her gift. She got to have a peppermint patty for the first time in, I don't know, 7-8 years or something. Coconut tastes like grass. I think you have deficient taste buds if coconut tastes like grass to you. Or John Lockridge, I think you live around really delicious grass. One or the other. Yeah, I wanted to pick a Mounds bar is it's basically like ground coconut, like Mounds and Almond Joy are like ground coconut with corn syrup. I'm telling you, that's all it is. You're supposed to smoke it, not eat it. Yeah, I think it's the meth flavored grass, in Ohio that's making it taste like coconuts. Um, yeah, so it's kind of like a gooey coconut, and they just put it in chocolate. That's all it is. Mounds bars are in dark chocolate usually, and Almond Joys are in milk chocolate with 2 pieces of almonds on. Yeah, the Fent runoff. Yep, yep. Good grass is essential for better living. Yeah. And you guys really know where this stream is. Yeah, thank you for everyone who joined in our stream yesterday. So, the Painting Wife and I were thoroughly embarrassing ourselves playing a game that we've played for almost 25 years at this point, and proceed to lose only when we're on stream. So thank you for joining, guys. I know we had to cut it early, but Painting Son was in agony. He was staying at his grandma's house, and she calls us, which she never does when he's staying over. It's never a problem. She'll text us sometimes when she's like, hey, he's in bed or whatever, but he calls us, his stomach hurts, he thinks he's gonna throw up, blah 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 blah. So we go out there. The kid had I am 99% sure he had gas cramps, and just had no idea like what it was. I don't think he's ever had like cramping before. And so he's acting like he's done. He's a bit over dramatic anyway, but he's acting like he was dying a little bit. So we went out there and we brought him home. Yeah, first time. Yep. So yeah, being a human can be pretty difficult. Yep, dealing with those issues. So. Yeah, so we brought him home, and he was in the car, and by the time he was in the car, he didn't have any issues after that. So so he got home, and we were all exhausted at that point, and everybody just went to bed. It's called Huey Magoo's. Really, it's like that sounds like a really sketchy Raising Cane's. Yeah, bodies suck. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So he woke up feeling great this morning. Yeah, he's pretty tired all day because he ended up not going to bed until really late just because we went out there and got him and everything. Stupid thing's coming off here. It's a chain. Really weird. With Magoo in the name? Yeah, that doesn't sound like the cleanest restaurant. What's up, Deadshot? What's up, man? Mr. Magoo is Huey Magoo. It's Mr. Huey Magoo, I'm sure. Spaghetti About It was a legendary restaurant. But yeah, Painting Wife and I do plan on making up that stream. We're gonna find a time and we're gonna hit the training montage like a Rocky movie and try to not lose in this game. I do think I'm gonna put a little bit of a suggestion on backseat gaming because I don't think I've ever quite had backseat gaming such as what I had the other evening. So I think. I we're gonna be here, and we're just gonna hang out and chill while we play the game. Hey man, people want to help, and I get it. I get it. I'm just like, just me and my wife playing a game. He probably was. Yeah, poor guy. Poor guy was throwing a fit behind his, his phone or his computer or whatever. A Magilla Gorilla restaurant. I know. You know what? Blue. I after that stream last night, I was like, oh no, like Blue. I used to be in your Balatro streams all the time. I'd be like, you should do this. You should do this. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Yeah. My food since 7:30. It was never me. Okay. I appreciate that. I feel like it definitely was me at least at some point, but why haven't they got your food? That's crazy. Huh. Um. Yeah, Ghost. It was just it was. I was in a Heroes of Might and Magic channel, and there are 1,000 people in that like category any given time. So like, all right, I'll probably have some people coming in who play Heroes and like aren't familiar with my channel. And no, I would never stream WoW because I would never do anything else in my life if I started streaming WoW again or started playing WoW again. That's it, Gosu. I'd be done. Painting wife would leave me. So, he comes in. He's like, he says hi. He's he's a super friendly person. But he's like, hey, how do you feel about backseat gaming? And I was like, well, it's like, I was thinking like maybe I was telling the painting wife a little too much of what to do on her turn. So I was like, well, we kind of we're helping each other. That's what we're doing. So like that's kind of how we're playing. Especially since we were playing head to head on a match. We had a couple AI in the match and everything, and so we're like, well, yeah, it's we're definitely lending each other a hand while we play against just the AI until we face off against each other. And that's kind of what I thought he meant, but then he's just kind of giving me a lot of pointers that weren't particularly relevant to my exact situation, but were a little more like, why did you pick that hero? They're really bad, and you should never train that unit, and you should never do that, and kind of things like that. So there was a lot of that, but yeah, it was got a little too backseat for me. So it's all good, Blue. She's good rules about backseating. Basically, don't offer input unless the streamer asks for it. Yeah, I like that. Like when we play Soulful, and I'm like, yeah, guys, which unit should I train? And like, you guys tell me. And yeah, Wandering Pig. And if you guys know me, you know that I don't accept that. I don't accept taking something that's good just because it's good. I refuse to do that with anything that I play. The clamps I'm using, these are just little alligator clips. And I put some blue tack on them to kind of stick in this spot that you're never going to see here, right there. And it's just holding these on here. That's all it is. Yeah, I was talking about it with the painting wife afterwards, and she was like, I didn't even notice. I was like, that's good. That's good. No, they came on this little stick. I don't know, I bought these online years ago. It's this little like threaded, I don't know, metal cable thing that's like flexible, but it doesn't like hold its bend. So they have kind of limited use. If they like held themselves somewhere, it'd be a lot more useful, but no, that's all there. Yeah. You can find them on Amazon. What I would recommend you do is go on Amazon, find an actual retailer that sells them in their store, and then find a link to their actual store and buy them from there for the same price. And then Amazon doesn't get the money, the seller gets all of the money, and you probably still get free shipping and all that. You might just have to wait a few more days. Be handy for Imperialis? Yeah, for Imperialis. Yep. Yeah. Jeff Bezos doesn't need to be sending pop singers to space anymore, okay? Here's a game would work well for Age of Sigmar and Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah. I mean, Warhammer Total War does that in a way, right? Like, you pick your main hero, you train the other heroes, your hero has unique abilities and everything that help with the different thing. You have your cities that are there. You build your armies. Yeah. Maybe not in Canada. Yeah, true. Yeah, Canada might be a different story. Yep, if you are in Canada, things might be a little different. Okay. Anyone here experienced the Green Stuff World paints? Wandering picked. I have 2 Green Stuff World paints. I have 2 of them, and I ordered them. They're different red paints I ordered when I was testing out different clear reds. Someone recommended that Green Stuff World had exactly what I was looking for as far as paint names and everything, and so I looked it up. Ended up ordering stuff, and they had a clear red, and they had a candy red. And I was like, whoa, I was like, that's cool, that sounds perfect. So it was to replace my Tamiya clear red. So I ordered those as part of my test, and those were the 2 worst colors that I tried. The candy red, I used maybe half a bottle to cover 1 mini with it, and it was like a big bottle of paint. It was a big, like 50 mil, 60 mil bottle or something, and it looked horrible. Also, like it was a I don't understand like what it would be used for. It was really bad paint. And the clear red was just a really bad color. It also had some weird coverage issues, but clear red is always weird with the coverage. So I don't want to speak for all of Green Stuff World's paints, but those are the only products I've used from Green Stuff World, and I was definitely not impressed with my limited experience. Yeah, it's funny. There is the big Horus Heresy Discord. Occasionally, every couple months or so, someone jumps in there and they ask about clear red paints, and I feel like I might be at the risk of tooting my own horn here. I might have more experience with clear red paint, with different clear red paint, than maybe anybody out there. I have used 17 different clear red paints. And tested their viability, all from different brands, and like all marketed as clear red paint. There are a couple express colors and army painter and little things like that, but neon paints. Okay, yeah, that might be interesting. This brush is too big. Gonna have some trouble. We are working on the sponsons for the Typhon. This is the Typhon here. What I want to do is I want to paint these sponsons, and then I'm going to hand highlight the white gold over the red to everything else, and And then I'm going to do some extra hand highlighting on the rest of the Typhon, because I had to do some corrective measures, and it wiped off some of my my highlights. So that's what we're going to do. Velocis Soldier, what's going on? This is Heresy. Yep. So I've been seeing, okay, so 1,000 Suns and 40k getting their codex pre-order next week, as well as a large box and a combat patrol all in the same week. Cool, you know, good for 1,000 Suns players. I saw some leaks of rules. It seems like some things got better, some things, you know, nerfed, which is pretty typical with the codex, especially this late in the game. Like, you know, things are going to be changing more. But yeah, what you guys want to talk about with that? Any thoughts on 1,000 Suns coming out? I have to admit, I am more than a little excited for the Wood Elves to come out for the old world. I don't want to buy minis, but man, the Wood Elf stuff is really tempting. The good thing about the Wood Elf stuff that's coming out is none of it is limited release. Like the battalion boxes, the crazy, like massive, awesome value battalion boxes stick around. Those are like permanent editions. So that's good. I don't have to worry about like no like FOMO with it. Yeah, the Old World is nice. Yeah, the only thing you have to watch out for with Old World is the made-to-order stuff. You want some random old metal mini, they'll put it in a made-to-order. You'll be kind of locked out of specific minis if you don't get with that, but that's fine. Might not ever change editions. Yeah. Heresy is maybe going to a 3rd edition. Maybe. I feel like there's a lot of confusion going on with what's happening, and that is definitely by design from GW. They are doing a little tongue-in-cheek thing here, but they're definitely like muddying the waters, and they're doing it on purpose. So what they have the Heresy website, all right? It's obviously marketing for a big release for Horus Heresy, right? I think that is a very obvious thing. Something is happening, and I think that much is pretty easy to tell. And I don't think we're like anybody. No one's going to be wrong saying that, hey, something big is coming for Horus Heresy. The issue comes in with the video they put out, the words they use, and all the little teaser images they put out, right? They flat out tell you that most of what they show is wrong, is nothing. And then they have little bits of truth spread out into the teasers. Okay, so with that in mind, if you're looking at these, the fair assumption is this is all wrong, but what are little things we can take from this? And honestly, you're not going to be able to know exactly what's what until they actually show everything, right? Yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff that people are going crazy with whatever their weird predictions are, and it's getting a little crazy, frankly. Yeah, where they're like, oh, there's a picture of Alpharius, that means Alpharius the next Primarch to be released, and he's gonna come out in 3rd edition. And yeah, they're going to use D18s. What are the D18s for? And, you know, they showed a picture, and I know it's photoshopped, and they said it's going to be wrong, but, you know, the D18s are in there, and, you know, oh, that's an objective marker, so, yeah, they're cool. They're putting objective markers in the game, and they're doing all this stuff. Like, it's not going to be that much. At this point, I know, like, I don't think it's as controversial in my stream, but I see online this is a really controversial thing. But I think the one person whose information is the most trustworthy out of all of this is Chapter Master Valric. And people have a lot of opinions on, you know, like, his accuracy or his methods or what he does or whatever, but you know, I've consistently listened to or watched his videos and followed along with his, you know, how he does things and how he conducts himself, and it seems like, you know, he's talking about specific models coming out at this point and what those models are, and that to me is I mean, he's kind of annoying. I understand, and if people don't like him, that's fine. You know, I don't know if you got some tea to spill, you know, by all means. Rumors about the rumor guy, but yeah, he occasionally adds his own predictions in. He's no Spiky Bits, but meh. Okay, yeah. The dude has been with his actual, like, when he talks about, like, his sources give him something. If it's his sources giving him information, like, he's on, like, 90-95% of the time. If he's just saying, I think it's gonna be this, or this is foil rack, or whatever he calls it, like, you know, that's different, but Conspiracy rant means Alpha Legion. No, it's not Alpha Legion. No. It's been pretty well established that Salamanders and Iron Warriors are on the box, and kind of like the quote unquote poster boys of the new stuff, whether that's a new edition or not, but yeah, Spiky Bits is bad. Yeah. You know what I appreciate about Valrak? What I appreciate about him is, you know, I do think the guy has some kind of, like, source, or, you know, a friend that works somewhere that has access to stuff, like in like a print shop or something. But I appreciate that he does clickbait like everybody else, and I hate clickbait, but he'll do a clickbait on, like, you know, new Space Wolves are coming, and then his videos are about new Space Wolves coming. So it's like, at the end, it's not clickbait. It's like clickbait into the accurate information, even though the whole point of his videos are hype and speculation. You know, like, probably the one person that can get away with doing stuff like that. Yeah, I'm curious if that Heresy website will be an every weekday thing. I was hoping an everyday thing, but seems like every weekday is about the best we can hope for at this point. A little more silver. Get some of these gaps here. Yeah, if they're putting garbage out every week, that'd be fun to follow along. Okay, second coat of white. Knight Defender caught my attention. Yeah, and there's a Chaos Knight getting announced tomorrow. So, which GW strongly hinted at in their article today. So. Yeah, conversion beamer on a knight sounds like an appropriate place to put one. No, it's not a dual codex. I think GW already talked about how it's different codexes, but they're each getting a new model, so there will be a new Chaos Knight Mini and a new. We already saw the new Imperial Knight Mini. Would Nottingham appear through the windows? Yeah. Unironically, dumpster diving. Wandering Pig, you're the closest one there. You got to go dumpster diving for us. Need a dumpster Primarch? Dude, they're on eBay. Dumpster Primarchs are on eBay. If you want Magnus, that is. Might take a bit because it's quite far. Yeah, well, you're closer than I am. Don't need excuses. Wandering Pig, I need results. Game on Saturday since '92. Oh wow, nice. You have fun with that. I don't think I've ever been to an MLB game. I am not a baseball fan though, so not like I'm seeking out MLB games to go to. I am coaching my son's, helping to coach my son's soccer team. It's their last week this week. They have a makeup game tomorrow, and then we figure out tournament standings basically, and they do a tournament over the week. It's just 2 rounds. There's only 4 teams, so but they always do it. So 10 hours by train. Yeah, that's a long train ride. At least not to drive that. I'm going to be driving to my parents soon, and that's a good 8-hour drive. Any games on the radio? So you play games on hobby. That's cool though. Yeah. Oh, it'd be shorter by car. Okay. Yeah, I guess in the end, you're doing stuff with friends. It's going to be more fun. Like, I never care if there's one professional sport I think is the most entertaining watching live. It's hockey, NHL. But I would never just go to a hockey game. But I would go with friends or with my older brothers or something. They would get tickets sometimes and invite me, and I always had a blast. I've never been to a hockey game and been like, man, this wasn't fun. I worked for a company that owned a booth at the local hockey stadium, and they would give tickets to people for hockey games and concerts and stuff. So I'd go to hockey games and invite people. It was great. Get some more silver in on this. Blue Jays tickets, 205 for second level. Ugh, no. No, no, no. Too much. We used to go to hockey games, my brothers. They had this deal where it was like a first come, first serve the day of the games. There's probably just like leftover seats in the back, all the way in the back and the top of the stadium and everything. But they were $10 tickets. So they would go super early and just hang out down by the stadium and then go and get the tickets. Yeah, I worked for a company that owned a booth, and it was a table that they owned. It was a table on the club level, and so we could get those tickets, and they had a parking spot right up to, like, it's a private parking garage, and so we would get in the parking garage, and you literally you walk up to the door, you open the door, and you're on the club level. Like, you never have to go near like the pores, entering the actual the actual stadium, right? So yeah, you just walk in, and like the club level has tables, and it's like full dining experience, and you have your own waiter for like the whole game and everything, and you just have to pay for food, which kind of sucked, but yeah, it was really cool, and your table is right over like the like rail or whatever, like you're looking right down on the hockey game and everything. It was really cool. I went to a couple games like that, and it was always a lot of fun. Get the silver, do a little bit of touch-ups with the silver, and we need to get some gold and some dark neutral gray. Silver touch-ups, most important right now. Teams near me, can see some quality hockey cheaper. Oh yeah, that's cool. Take some melatonin and actually attempt to get some sleep. Exam Wednesday. Yeah. Hey man, good luck getting your sleep together, and best of luck on your exam. Your last one, right? It's really exciting. Okay. Very last, yeah. Wandering Picta is going to make us proud. Proud painting family here. Eardrops for an ear infection? It's like Gestapo torture. The eardrops are really... My son's done eardrops, and he is fine with them. It's the time he's gotten pink eye, and it's the eye drops that's like... Yeah. The neighbors would think that you're chopping his hands off or something. To be fair though, I was like that with eye drops until I was like 25. So I'm sorry about that though, Mr. Lockridge. That sounds miserable. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Migrating young kid isn't fun, yeah. I will take migraine ear infection over any kind of stomach virus, though. Cleaning up vomit is not something that I enjoy doing. Oh man, the last time here you guys go, you're getting a vomit story. Last time I cleaned up my son's vomit, um, he was little. He had gotten sick in bed. Not long after we put him to bed this one night, and he threw up like buttery noodles that he had for dinner, and it was it wasn't just in his bed. He has like a little like stopper thing, so he doesn't roll out of bed because he like dances in his sleep or something. But it has like a little mesh, and he threw up right against there, and you couldn't clean it up without like pushing it all through the mesh. It was horrible. I was like gagging the whole time, and my wife couldn't even be in the room. Oh, it was terrible. Butter noodles were not the same for me anymore. Okay, well that dries. We'll get this dark neutral gray. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you. You all want to leave my stream? It's fine. Oh no, that's a bad one. Yeah, anything like man, yeah. Oh, that's so bad. That's too complicated of a meal to throw up and be like, yeah, oh no, that's bad. Dark neutral gray. Yeah, me and my wife both feel like if we ever had a second child, they would be a puker. So, like, we just can't handle it. Not soon forget, yeah. Man, so I used to volunteer for a kids organization, and I was one of the people in charge of it after a few years. So I was running this thing, and this kid shows up, kid that we knew and everything. You know, it was like a regular kid and everything. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing good. I just got got Arby's and donuts with my dad or whatever. Like, okay, cool, bud, really cool. And then he just stops and he like puts his hands on his stomach and starts like waddling for the bathroom, and he starts projectile vomiting all over the bathroom door. Opens the bathroom door and he's going in the bathroom just everywhere. Like, I don't know how much this kid ate. He was like 6 or 7 years old, and he just kept going. To this day, I can't step foot in Arby's. I can't do it. Um, it was Arby's and chocolate milk and donuts. That's what it was. That's what this kid ate. Um, and I just stood there. I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm about to just quit and leave, like, and not see anybody here ever again, because I physically can't do this. And fortunately, the other guy that helped me run this program, he was a little older. He was middle aged. He had 5 kids, and he's like, "Don't worry about this TPD." He's like, "I got it." And this dude grabs a roll of paper towels and just gets on his hands and knees and just cleans this thing up for the next like half hour. He just went at it, and I was like, I can't even like begin to fathom what you've had to go through to see that and just be totally cool with it. Like, I can't do it. I can't do that. Yeah, what's up, NOK Guardian? How you doing, man? Yeah, the dude's seen some things. Yeah. Most horrifying story. Then about man, it was maybe 4 or 5 years later. I was working for a certain parcel company, and I would load the delivery trucks in the morning. So I'd get to work at like 4 a.m. Load trucks until about 9 a.m. and the drivers would come in and they just take their truck and go on their route. So I was loading a driver's truck, and I went into his truck first thing 4 a.m. and the guy had eaten Arby's for dinner. He didn't throw it up or anything, but he never threw his bag away. So he just like rolled up the bag and he put it in the back of his truck. But the whole truck smelled like old Arby's. I couldn't get in his truck. I could not like step foot in it because it smelled like old Arby's, and it was making me gag. It was really bad. It was really bad. I was so angry at that guy. Like, you're not supposed to leave your garbage in your truck anyway, but like that was something else. What's up, here, Raptor? How you doing, man? Some hobby and listen to the good banter. Yeah, we were talking vomit stories, but I think I'm gonna be done with that for now. So. And anyone who's not familiar with what Arby's is a restaurant chain that specializes in making roast beef sandwiches, but it's like not good quality. Like, not good quality. It's like really bad roast beef sandwiches, and like I don't know if you can imagine just like how bad that is. You heard of like Racks? If you're not, you missed the Big Montana. The only thing I know about the Big Montana is the movie Saving Silverman, where they have the lady captive in their garage or whatever, and he orders the Big Mon. That whole weird scene. I believe every day's a good day when you. Hey, thanks for the sub, JD Hetzer. How you doing, man? 38 months in a row is ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. You're Raptor. I'm sorry, man. No coffee this morning. Hopefully your week is looking up. I know it's Monday. It's a bad way to start a Monday, but maybe you can get coffee later. We're required to like Arby's. Oh, no, that's so bad. Still a Rax in Ironton, man. Yeah, I've never been to a Rax. So yeah, you get your salt for the month in one sandwich. You know what it is, dude. I think it's time to put a little bit of wash on these. We're gonna wash out, and then I have I think it's all in here. Oh yeah, man, Wheel of Death machines at factories and stuff. Yeah, those are sketchy. You get a lot of mold on those. Back when I point and make a whole pot of coffee. Nice, nice. I've seen the racks in Iron TikTok. Oh man. Can off-road motorcycle trips during the summer. That's really cool. JD Hetzer is basically saying he's cooler than everybody else here. Take that how you will. Is there racks in Circleville? Circleville used to have a Hardee's. I don't know if they still have a Hardee's, but like Hardee's isn't around very many places. I used to eat at that Hardee's whenever I could, because it was way better than any other like fast food burger place. Road trip to Hardee's? I'm not taking a road trip to Hardee's. I'll take a road trip to the Captain D's in Circleville. That's worth a road trip for me. I don't know about Hardee's though. For Schwann's, I had to stop right across the street from the Ironton Rex. On 23 near Louisa. Interesting, interesting. Not cool though. Giving rescue breathing to a bear cub. You say you're not cool and you're doing like top 3 coolest things ever. He's about to break out a guitar and just like start playing a solo or whatever. And yeah. Yeah, I think Arby's and Racks are somehow related or the same thing. It's like, what's the other Hardee's one? Hardee's is the same way. Hardee's and, I can't remember the name of the. Yeah, Carl's Jr. That's what it is. Yep. 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 Captain D's is worth the drive, but I don't know about Hardee's. Male antagonist and around exactly. Yeah, this is what he's acting like. Yep. We've rescued breast to a bear cub once. You hear that? That's pure Ryan Reynolds antagonist like vibes right there. Really interesting. I didn't know that. Zen, I did find. I don't know if you remember me telling you about the Mexican snack food, the mango, with the tahini and the lime and everything. I found there's a bunch of Mexican ice cream uh, restaurants or whatever places in the area, and they all sell something similar. Except they put it in a cup, which and you can like eat it with a fork, which sounds way better than just a whole mango they have to bite into like an apple. Okay, got that guy washed. Let's set you down. Yeah, it's because the ones I've seen, they are the one I ate was a whole mango, and the dude rubbed a lime all over it, and then he rolled it in it's a chili syrup that he coated the mango in after that, and then covered the whole thing with tahini. It was one of the craziest things I've ever eaten, and you can get that except they put it in a cup and they like chunk the mango and everything. So you can, it's actually like edible instead of like trying to bite it like an apple and then covering your face in tahini and chili syrup, just like melting your face. I don't think I've ever had papaya. I'm always kind of weird about fruit, like different fruits. Like I'll eat all kinds of crazy vegetables, no problem, but for some reason fruit was always like a sketchy one for me. So I wouldn't usually eat mango, but I tried it that one time and I'm like, man, it's really good with all the other stuff on it. Because at that point the mango just tastes like nothing. It tastes like an apple. Hey, Tuvon, what's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a store sell papaya, but it's just not something that. So it's just not something that I've had. Listen, I don't live in the tropical paradise of Minnesota or North Dakota or whatever you are, alright? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See? But in your last 3 rates. Nice. Nice. I think you'll hit your goal too, Vaughn. I think you'll get it. Okay, while these things dry, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set them to the side a little bit. And we're going to get Senior Tank out here. This is our Typhon. And I'm going to get some pie in your fruit cup. See, I don't like fruit cups. Yeah, if you're talking about like the fruit cups and syrup and stuff, like, ugh, those gross me out. It's like a texture thing. I've never liked them since I was a kid either. I would not eat like a fruit cup. And yeah, I'll eat like a fruit salad, but also people put weird things in fruit salad too. Like my wife's uncle would make fruit salad and he put all kinds of like I don't know. Like if you're making a fruit salad, it smells like communism in here. Don't communist countries grow papaya? I'm pretty sure. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Sarah Elizabeth. I would eat a Lunchable if I had one to eat. Don't let people judge you for the food that you eat or don't eat. Cottage cheese and Jello. A U.S. president's favorite food was cottage cheese and ketchup. It was Richard Nixon. He grew up poor and was also in like the top 5 most corrupt presidents we've ever had. So yeah, Lunchables are amazing. Yeah. Pizza Lunchables, pepperoni pizza Lunchables. That's where it's at. He just got caught. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nick's very surprised. Roast it can work. Yeah. I used to go to my grandparents' house and they always had Jello cups. Like they would make Jello and just put them in little plastic cups, and they always had that in their fridge. It was not Jello shots, if you guys are wondering, but yeah. And the big thing was we'd go there and they'd always ask if we wanted Jello, and the big thing was if they had whipped cream. Put the whipped cream in the Jello. Oh man. It's peak Jello when you put things with more sugar than Jello in it. Yeah. Yeah, Cool Whip. Yes, Cool Whip. Yeah. Tupperware parfait set. Oh, that's cool. Some Jello with some whipped cream now. Sounds good. Or a Cool Whip. I can't stop saying it like that. I'm sorry. That's. That's what I'm going to do the rest of the night, guys. I'm just going to go through and highlight this gold on here. I originally dry brushed it. My dry brush wasn't quite getting what I wanted out of the highlight, but then I had some issues with the wash, altered the color too much on this, and the only way to pull that wash off was to literally strip the color off. And unfortunately, since the edge highlight was sitting on top of the wash, that it stripped off the a lot of the edge highlight as well. So aka paint markers. Oh, cool, very cool. Let us know, Deadshot. Let us know. Old lines are driving you crazy. Yeah, I've never assembled the wraiths. I don't own any Necron wraiths. Remember at the beginning of 10th, they were like, you have to have these. These are the I win button for Necrons. And I was like, cool, I'll get some. And I always like the look of wraiths anyway, because they have cool, like, Matrix vibes to them, like the Sentinels from Matrix. It's like, yeah, it's good reason to get them. And then they were always out of stock, so. No, get out of here. Get out of here, JD Hetzer. We've had enough. Can't have that kind of humor in here. It's not appropriate. He's to 6. Originally I was going to start with doing these edge highlights, but I was like, you know what, maybe I can get the other ones done real quick. By the time they dry, I'll be ready to come back and highlight those. Gotta come back and do this. This is why I try to dry brush these tanks. Would you guys listen if I did a podcast like YouTube video talking about my own speculation for Horus Heresy stuff? Alright, Deadshot, you have a good one. Have a good one. Race 10, 11, and 12. Dang, you're doing like the full thing. That's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, you bought up all the rates, so I couldn't have any. Yeah, you listen to me just rant for 45 minutes on my interpretation of rumors from GW. Night, Deadshot. Yeah, it would be Old Man Yells at Cloud, but V3, because 3rd edition. Man, some of you guys are crazy. Buying minis. I used to be like that. I get it. I get it. Force. Highlight a little bit. I thought it might be fun to put my thoughts down, like video form. Maybe that would, I don't know, discourage me from just repeating myself every stream. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or what's gonna happen or whatever. Yeah, you get so many bonuses with them in that attachment. Yeah, that's fair, Zan. Yeah, we could. Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe we do something like that. I was thinking of finding a way just to do like quick fun, like you know, here's the news that's out. Like, let's talk about it, and just do like a discussion kind of format with the Horus Heresy and the new stuff coming out. I don't know if that sounds too bandwagony, but just be like 15 minutes. Yeah, a little like 15-minute bits or whatever. Just slowly working our way around this thing. Be cool for Patreon, yeah. That's true. Patreon ones, I know people. We did those couple podcast episodes, and people seem to like them. Asked about them. The bonus dad. That sounds great, actually. Alright, Zen, tomorrow you want to you want to record something with me? I don't know how long. Maybe up to half an hour or something. We'll kind of go over. We could do like current speculation and rumors, and then we can go through the leaks or the hearsay things. And I'm assuming there's going to be more hearsay things tomorrow. We could talk about what that could possibly mean. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Or I just do it on my own. You want to edit it? Edit for me. Okay, cool. Continuing to go through here. Oil changed. Okay. Yeah. No. You let me know. You do your real life thing. Okay. All right. So many dumb little angles for this. I go through and get rivets on these too. And tag a lot of the rivets. I don't think the sides are quite as difficult. Those aren't too bad. They're mostly done anyway. Turkish coffee from this place. Really, really. I've considered getting a Turkish coffee sometime from that place, but not the courage to do it apparently. I'm gonna highlight the bottom panels, but this one you can still see with some effort, so make sure we get these angles. And then we'll go to these sides, and yeah, the sides definitely need it. The sides are a lot more open. Zone Mortalis event at LGS. Oh, cool! Yeah, yeah. Definitely. I think that'd be worth it. Yeah, and you need to figure out how to do that too, right? I don't know if I'd be able to go. I don't know what I have going on that day. If I went, I would definitely be there to help show people. Okay. It's like 3. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he said something. There's some kind of conflict. It might work. Yeah, once you play one game of Zone Mortalis, everything clicks, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. I see what I can do differently. I know what I have to do. Like, that's all it takes. You just need, like, that one game of, like, seeing how things actually happen. An open door. Yeah, yeah. You should. You should have taken flamethrowers on the Conta car. It's great. No, the door mechanic is really important. Like, it's really important to know when to open and close doors. As goofy as that may sound. Because if you just walk up to every door and open it, then everyone can see you and move up to you and charge you and everything. But, yeah, sitting behind a closed door is a big deal. And I think you end your movement when you open a door, I think is one of the things. I don't think you keep moving, so... that kind of knowledge is really important, considering how your opponent moves. This edge highlight isn't so bad when you're just painting one tank. It's nice it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, that's one of the big things about doing this edge highlight on this, because it's almost like weathering. So. Hey, Pone, how you doing, man? Looking dope. Thank you. Thank you. We did most of this a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago. I got this mini back in March. March. This was a birthday gift. My parents still give me money for my birthday, and this is what I used it on. My mom used to be like, let me buy you a pair of shoes or something. I'm like, just give me money because I just want to buy something fun for myself, like guilt-free. So, this is what I got. I'd done the majority of the work, and now I just decided I'm gonna work on finishing it. Doing some edge highlights, and I was painting the sponsons earlier. I did check out the Patreon for that guy. Yeah, I had that link saved. I'm not sure if I'm gonna jump in on it. I might. His minis look pretty good. They're like a new take on old style minis, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this tank Pone is a Typhon heavy siege tank. And I don't know if it really comes across, but this is a Spartan assault tank with a giant Vindicator cannon on it. This thing's like 3 times the size of a Vindicator. What thing did you do, man? What'd you do? Let's tell us. Get a new army. Need something new. Playing Emperor's Children. Instead of whip. It's a whip. That. What is that? When did that set come out? Are those resin? Yeah, you got some explaining to do. I have... Yeah, what are those? Are those all plastic? I didn't know Warhammer World had exclusives like that. They're all plastic. I can't believe they make a plastic, like, command tank. Weird. That's really cool, though. Okay. Dang, I had no idea, man. That's sweet. That's really cool. The command rhinos are it's like a usable unit in Horus Heresy, but they're not very good. They're super expensive and they do literally like almost nothing. Yeah, that's really exciting, man. Yeah, keep us updated. That's a really cool project. That's really cool. I think I'm done with this side, so let's flip it over and get the other side. We gotta get like the inner parts. I think that's it after that. So get the lower parts there. Oh, a Warhammer World exclusive? That I don't know. I didn't think so. I know people that have it. But then again, theirs might be a little bit of a gray area where they got it, so. Yeah, I thought you could choose. I thought you could choose when you get Sanguinius. He's still in the box. No. The fate of most Primarchs, honestly, is that they sit in the box their whole existence. Get around to this. Not quite a door piece here. Okay, if we make mistakes like that, because it's all weathering in the end. Really matters. Another Demon Prince. I mean, I was thinking that. I honestly think that Thousand Suns Combat Patrol looks pretty good, and I'm hoping that Demon Princes start selling for cheap on eBay or something. I might have to pick one up. I've wanted a Demon Prince mini. Pretty bad. Primarchs even worth taking? Yeah, they are. Yeah. Primarchs are really good. Once you get to like apocalypse level games, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 points or whatever, apocalypse aren't worth it anymore. Because the things that make apocalypse quote unquote good. Hey! Juju Voodoo? Okay, welcome in. The things that make Apocalypse, or that make Primarchs good, are the fact that they're really hard to kill with stuff you take in a normal game. But if you can change that by taking, super heavies and, other crazy nonsense that can just, 1 or 2 shot a Primarch, then it's just not, they're not worth bringing anymore. and they get really expensive. So yeah, like a normal 3,000 point game, I can't bring Magnus because he's more than 25% of the points. Or no, he's not at 3,000, but if I bring him with any kind of retinue unit, he's too expensive. So the retinue counts toward that. Or if I bring like a dedicated transport, so I could invest all those points, but then, you know, Magnus being 525 points plus a 400 point Spartan to transport him in, plus his retinue of Terminators, that ends up being a 1,500 point unit. Most people, though, when you play with Primarchs, you talk to your opponent ahead of time. Ask them if it's okay if you bring one. Make sure they know, you know, what you're bringing, so they have an option to counter it, especially in a normal, you know, 3,000-4,000 point game. I have put Magnus on the board once. It was a 4,000 point game I played against somebody. Yeah, Magnus is terrible. No, he sucks because I think the 2.0 writers for the rules changed a bunch of stuff at the last minute and had weird unintended consequences of like messing up all the rules for the Thousand Suns Legion, where their rules like literally don't work. There are like certain things that just don't work for the army. So yeah, there's some wonky things that like Magnus should be able to do that he can't do, and like you kind of have to like have an open interpretation of the rules, like looking more to like rules as intended as opposed to rules as written, to like make him work as a Primarch. Like there's no reason he should be the second most expensive Primarch in the game. Like I think he loses in melee to almost every Primarch, which is one of the reasons you bring Primarchs. And you know, like I know Magnus loses a bunch of people in melee in the Heresy and stuff, but like he doesn't do anything else. So it's not like, you know, oh cool, he's there to like kill the rest of the enemy. Like that's what every Primarch does that. He doesn't do it any better. So it's not like he's better at doing anything compared to anybody else. And he dies faster. Aren't all Primarchs worth taking? Yeah, I mean, like, it's... You know, if you're playing a game and, you know, you bring a Primarch, I feel like you have kind of an advantage built in anyway. I don't think that's like a 100% of the time case. You know, when you play against a Death Guard player that's bringing 40 las cannon heavy support squad or whatever, like just that, like that's gonna kill a Primarch real fast. But yeah, in general, Primarchs are really strong. Yeah, Magnus though, his warlord trait is worse than Ahriman's, which is funny. Like that's really funny as far as a like a lore perspective goes. Especially with how Ahriman ends up just like hating Magnus and everything, and like how they butt heads and stuff, and like Ahriman's rules are better. Yeah, Huey Magoo. Yeah, 2nd Legion Primarch. Yep. And a decent chicken place, apparently. Was it good? Does it compare to Kane's or what? Need to know about this chicken at this point. Sounds like a janitor. Hey, don't besmirch the name of Huey Magoo. Alright. Chicken quality was meh. Alright. Oh, yeah, okay, because you got delivered. Alright. That's fair. Okay, got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's get some rivets on this. It's one big DACA. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How are you doing? How's your weekend been? This is a Typhon heavy siege tank. And it rolls up to things and makes them go boom. This is an example of a weapon that would do pretty good against a Primarch. Especially one that sucks like Angron. Because I'm almost positive Angron only has a 3+ armor save, which is hilarious. That could just be the 1.0 rules, though. Could have got an armor save in 2.0. More time painting today? Yeah, I understand. I understand. Is it to go faster? Yeah. Not fast enough. Maybe with some decent luck, this thing would put some serious hurt on just about anything. Angron's a great Primarch, alright, sure, yeah. It's funny, of all the Primarchs that Magnus could face off against, Angron is the one I'm like, alright, that's the one I don't mind. And it's mainly because I just shoot him dead with the rest of my army. There was a time way back in the day, back in 7th edition. So when 7th edition was out, the Horus Heresy game came out, and it was just 7th edition with different rules. So there was a guy one time, he wanted to play a game with me, as a friend of mine, and he had a Heresy era World Eaters army. And he wanted to play against my Dark Eldar using his Heresy rules, and I was like, yeah, cool, that'd be fine. I don't know what's better, what's worse, or whatever, but you know, friendly game. And he brought Angron with him. It's like, sweet, alright, that's a Primarch. It's the first time I'd ever seen a Primarch on the table, because they did not exist in game, and Angron was the first Primarch mini to come out. So like, he was the first Primarch miniature in that scale. And yeah, it was cool. So he had like the resin mini, it was painted really nice and everything, and I'm playing Dark Eldar, so you know, I'm running around with poison weapons and dark lances, and he puts Angron on foot and starts running him toward me, and I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna go near this guy, I'm just gonna shoot him with as many dark lances as I have. So 18 dark lances later and I kill Angron, and he was not happy. I was like, sorry dude, like, I'm not gonna let the Primarch of murder and gore come over and murder and gore my army. Let's be a good boy. Yeah. He would have been the best. That's not what the Emperor wanted, so... something we gotta talk about, guys. We gotta talk about how the TV series Andor is the best Star Wars to have ever happened. It is the highest quality Star Wars you will ever watch. I 100% guarantee that. This second season has been insane. You're only on episode 4. No spoilers. No spoilers, guys. Yeah, none here. Are you on episode 4 of the second season? Yeah, my wife and I we're keeping up. I love and hate the 3 episodes a week. I understand that they're each a story arc, kind of like a movie, but I can't keep up with it. My wife and I are like, I mean, this week's the last week, so you know, it's not like we're going to be struggling too much, but I'm gonna Andor, and then he Andors all over the Empire. Yep. Wife falls asleep too fast. Yeah. The best Star Wars is on Disney Plus. Yeah, the funny thing is all of Star Wars is on Disney Plus. So your statement is accurate, Air Raptor. Yep. In all context. So yes, I accept. I accept your attempt at trying to use my words against me. Add on to a statement that needed no clarification. You can't stay awake for anything? Jeez. You people. Not staying awake. My wife stayed up extra late on Thursday so we could finish the 9th episode of the second season. And it was totally worth it. But she's like, how am I supposed to sleep after this? Yeah, really good. Really good. And we got... Well, I'm excited to hear what you guys think who are all watching through, because it's fun. Zen's making me want to watch Morpheus. Was it Morpheus? Was that the movie? No, not Morpheus. Or was it? Morbius? No, I don't know what it was. Morbius, is that what? No, Morpheus is the dude from the Matrix, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm impressed I got that much. He made more $1 billion, right? Hey, Tuvon, we said no spoilers here, alright? About to get timed out, sir. Jedi and Space Wizard, ships and guns and normal people. Yeah. I love the fact that they make the Empire like look terrifying. that's like a huge thing. Is like, we kind of laugh at stormtroopers and it's a meme they can't hit anything, but in Andor, like having stormtroopers present is a really big deal. Because normally it's just like the security guys. Even the security guys are a big deal because it's the Empire, and like they can, and they can, they have all the power and all the authority to do whatever they want, and then they bring in the stormtroopers. You're like, oh man, it's serious. It's serious. All right, guys, we did that highlight. We did our highlight on this mini. Yeah, something I think is funny. This isn't really a spoiler, but in the second season of Andor, there is an Imperial transport, an armored transport that they drive around, and they show it in several episodes. But it's an FDKSFZ or whatever, the the German half track. That's what it is. It's a German half track, but it floats. And then they all have like German uniforms, and then there's a character that shows up in Andor that he's an officer, he's a captain, and he has the facial scars like the German officers did like back in the day and everything. Like it's pretty hard. The Gormans are French actors speaking perfect French gibberish. I figured they were. Yeah, I figured they were like, yeah, they were just making up on the spot and just like getting their emotion, and everything. I didn't think they like wrote a whole new language for it, but yeah, just French gibberish. That's great. Yeah, the Nazi Germany vibe the show puts out is on point. All right. One of the 3 rates finished. Nice. Yeah, the French Underground. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you're on. Let's see, 4. So 4, 5, 6, and 79. Okay, yeah. You're getting into the good. I mean, the whole season's good, but yeah, you're gonna enjoy Misfit. Enjoy the ride, dude. It gets crazy. I'm gonna call the stream there, guys. And yeah, the new Sony Walkmans look cool. What are you talking about? Sony Walkmans? No way. If that's an actual thing, send me the picture. I need to see this if that's a thing. Yeah, guys, I will be streaming Tuesday, and we are going to be painting Conrad Kurz. So Conrad Kurz is on the menu this week, so what's happening. Yeah, should be a good time, guys. You all have a wonderful evening or morning, depending on where you are, afternoon, depending on where you are, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.